You can leave the rest to me now, Doctor. Thank you. Yes, I'll take care of everything else. Hello, General. Long time no see. Or should I say, ex-General? I suppose you don't remember me. Well, you did faint as soon as you saw me after we brought you onto the spacecraft. You've been passed out for... almost 3 days now. I'm not that terrifying to look at, am I? Don't answer that. It's not like I missed that sharp tongue of yours while you were away. But since the memory replacement overlay is still in effect, you essentially have no idea about who you really are. So I wonder... Are you okay? This craft's elevator technology must have done a number on your system. Human bodies aren't accustomed to that mode of transportation. I've yet to see an elevator on Earth that disassembles, then reassembles the atoms of a body. It's normal if you're still feeling disoriented. I brought you something. You should drink it while it's still warm. You'll feel better after you have this, but don't drink too fast. It's been a while. As much as I don't like to admit it, it is somewhat good to see you again. Even if you are in this odd-looking human form. They didn't really bother much with giving you a pleasing appearance, did they? Never mind. You'll be back to your much more impressive old self soon. Who am I? Where are you? What's going on? Can you go home? If you keep asking questions at such an alarming rate, without giving me an opportunity to answer, you'll be no wiser. Maybe it would have been a better idea if we had simply sedated you and thrown you into the recovery capsule to begin with. But I'm in somewhat of a good mood today, so I'll explain what's happening. Wouldn't want to traumatize you further than we already have. Speaking of which, I am well aware that you were rather unceremoniously yanked out of your window. Oh, don't worry about your family and friends back on Earth. Their memories of you weren't real to begin with, anyway. We've since replaced those with new implanted memories. They'll go on with their lives just as you'll go on with yours. Before I tell you everything, though, I'm curious. How was life as a human? Average. I was expecting something a little more exciting. But that's okay. You were sent down there as punishment anyway. I'll start from the beginning. I am Queen Amari, and my troops and I have conquered many planetary systems. You were my top general for many years. Don't look so surprised. Even though I couldn't stand you sometimes, I do reluctantly admit that you did some excellent work. Our people would not be where we are today without you. Unfortunately for you, 3 years ago you were framed for some serious crimes. At the time, the council voted to have you executed, but I overruled their decision, had you reassembled into a human, and exiled you to Earth. It has taken a long time, but my private investigators have eventually uncovered the truth. I'm sorry for what you were put through. Don't get used to it. I don't like apologizing, but in this case, you are no longer guilty for your so-called crimes. My investigators discovered a secretive rebel movement. Their leader wanted to weaken my position, and so, naturally, his first target was you. Get rid of my top general, and I would be easy pickings. Unfortunately for him, he underestimated me. I can now confidently say that we have identified the majority of those involved in the movement. The ones who were directly responsible for framing you have had their atoms reassembled. Later on, you'll notice that my garden has many new plants. Who knew that the wicked could turn into such pretty flowers? Admittedly, it is likely that there are more criminals hiding out there. With a fleet of over 500 crafts and millions of citizens spread out across multiple planetary systems, getting to the root of the rebellion is a difficult task. But we will do our best, and I'm sure you will too, when you return to your old self. Everything will make more sense after we remove that false memory overlay that was installed in you. Can you walk? Come with me to the recovery chamber, where the body reassembly capsules are.